He was bullied, mocked, and laughed at. Little did they know that he was the one secretly helping with the payment of tuition for classmates whose parents couldn't meet up. He helped teachers who had financial crisis. No one knew he was from a rich family. He kept his simplicity. He was only a student and a teenager. How could he have done all these things? See it all unraveled as the story begins. But first, subscribe to this channel, like this video and share it. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on more interesting stories like this one. It was the first day of junior year at West Hill High in Texan, a town soaked in dust, secrets, and the scent of diesel from the trucks that never stopped rolling through its flat, endless highways. The classroom buzzed with noise, feet tapping, laughter echoing from back rows, conversations sliced by sarcasm. But in the farthest corner, behind thick-framed glasses and hunched shoulders, sat Jason Wong. 16 years old, pale-skinned with soft black hair that refused to obey gravity, Jason never raised his hand, never spoke, and never once reacted when the jokes turned toward him. "Yo, Chinaman," someone from the football squad barked during chemistry. "You solve atoms with chopsticks?" The class erupted. Jason didn't flinch. His pencil scratched steadily across his notebook, eyes fixed on the formulas, lips sealed. Some thought he was mute. Others called him arrogant. But none of them knew that Jason could recite the periodic table backwards or code a chess algorithm that beat 5 adults simultaneously. No one ever knew that every time they laughed, Jason's father, Mr. Clarence Wong, the man who owned the steel mill, the rail depot, half of downtown, and the biggest high-rise in Austin, was on speed dial. Every afternoon, Jason sat silently in the back of his father's black SUV, tapping on his tablet. "They're struggling, Dad," he whispered one Thursday, staring at the file he'd compiled. "Camila's mom just got evicted. She hasn't paid tuition in 3 months. Mr. Hill's son is sick. He had to sell his motorcycle to pay for the hospital. And I overheard Ms. Darnell talking about her second job last night. She teaches all day and waits tables till midnight." Clarence didn't ask why Jason cared. He only nodded. "Send me the names." Jason sent spreadsheets with names, ID numbers, and financial breakdowns. Every Monday, quiet deposits went into school accounts. Debts vanished. Notices stopped coming. Some students found out their meals were suddenly free. A few teachers received anonymous scholarships for advanced training programs. One janitor's daughter even got into a special STEM academy, tuition mysteriously paid in full. Yet Jason remained the school ghost. His silence became a myth. His ethnicity a daily joke. His good grades mocked. One morning, when he scored highest on a biology test, someone had stuck a fortune cookie on his desk with, "Try again, Dragon Boy," scribbled on it. He didn't say a word. He simply slid it into his backpack and walked out of the room. But silence was never weakness. Jason had learned that from his mother, who died when he was 10. She told him, "The loudest voices are often empty vessels. Water in the deepest wells makes no sound." One evening in September, Mr. Hill, the physics teacher, stormed into the principal's office, shaking. "Who paid off my mortgage?" The principal was confused. 2 days later, Ms. Darnell walked into the teacher's lounge with tears in her eyes. "I just got an email. My sister's cancer treatment was covered." "But how?" It wasn't until Camila stood in front of the class during a school assembly, trembling, that everything started to unravel. "Somebody saved my family. Somebody made sure I didn't drop out. I found out last night. It was Jason. Jason Wong." Gasps filled the auditorium. Jason, sitting alone in the back, lowered his head. Camila continued, "He's the one who's been helping people. He never said a word, never wanted credit. And we mocked him. We bullied him. We called him names. Whispers turned into stares. Guilt fell like a storm over the students and staff. One by one, stories surfaced. Each tied back to a mysterious donor, always connected to the Wongs. No one had known Jason was Clarence Wong's son. Jason never flaunted wealth. He wore the same shoes for 2 years, packed leftovers in a plain thermos, and never once spoke of home. Now everyone wanted to talk to him, to apologize, to ask questions. But Jason didn't bask in the attention. He still walked the halls with his head low. Still didn't sit with anyone during lunch. Until Camila approached him. "Jason," she said softly, standing at the edge of his table. "Can I sit?" He nodded. That day sparked a slow, careful change. People stopped making jokes. Whispers faded. Eyes once filled with ridicule now held guilt or admiration. Yet Jason never changed. He still left anonymous notes in the counselor's box with names of students who needed help. Still tutored kids secretly through email. Still walked out of class quietly when others sought the spotlight. Until the school board nominated him for the Texan Community Hero Award. He didn't show up for the announcement ceremony. They found him later in the library, surrounded by thick math books. The mayor came in person. "You changed lives, son," he said. Jason looked up for the first time that day. "I didn't do it for awards." The mayor laughed gently. "Exactly why you deserve it." The award day was like no other. The auditorium packed. Students stood holding banners. Teachers teared up. The bullies, some with heads bowed, cheered the loudest. When Jason stepped onto the stage, something unbelievable happened. He spoke. "I never wanted attention. I only wanted peace. I wanted to help, because I could. I stayed silent not because I was weak, but because sometimes silence is the loudest message you can give to a world full of noise. We live in a town where people are judged before they're known. But if we stop just for a moment and see each other, we might discover that the ones we mock today might be the ones saving our lives behind closed doors." The hall erupted in a standing ovation. His voice was calm, but it pierced every heart. That day, Texan didn't just celebrate a student. It celebrated a message. A quiet revolution. And Jason? He went back to his books the next day. No selfies. No hashtags. Just silence, and the endless sound of lives being changed. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.